WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
What up, guys? Welcome in Woodward Sports. It's Friday, the 13th. Yep, Shawnee B's still out. I still got him.
Damn.
Shawnee B still got. He's
Free
getting
Sean,
better though.
man.
He's feeling well. We think he's feeling a little bit better. We talked to him last night. Had a little fun with him, at least chatting back and forth on the text chain. Me, I'm still concussed, but I'm here for a while at least till Anson can come in and relieve me. My man KG in the house. What's up, Kenny?
Nah, man, feeling good. I'm more worried about you than anything, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry we're late, guys. I know there's a couple of guys out there. This is the only show that's always late. I know. Okay. Sorry. Doing the best we can. We're here, though.
We are.
JB's in the house. Cartoon JB.
Yep.
There he is. That's my favorite JB of you, by the way.
Oh, I
The
appreciate
South
it.
Park JB.
Yeah, the South Park JB.
I like Ash Ketchum JB because that anime picture, you look like a Pokemon trainer. I ain't gonna lie, but
Hey, we got a couple of newbies here with us today. We got Aaron, who is Easy's. Is it your cousin or nephew?
My cousin, yeah.
Easy's cousin. By the way, I dialed up Easy this morning. I woke up, guys. My head's killing me. Absolutely killing me. I'm like, Easy watches our show. He's always in the chat. So it's 6 o'clock. Let me text him. Nothing. Figured he's up with his kid, hanging out. His kid's ready to go to school. Nothing. He hits me up 2 minutes ago. Hey, Maz, you okay? Yeah, I'm here, Easy. I'm here. We got Joey here from MSU.
yeah, I was gonna say shout out, but
Lot of new interns.
I do like his shirt though. The
Hey, we
Slam
got a new
Magazine
massage
Chandler
chair.
shirt.
Look at that new massage
That is
chair,
cool.
too.
Yeah.
Look at that new massage chair. I'll have to check that out a little bit later. Thanks, Massage Chair House. So we're here Friday the 13th. Tomorrow, guys, remember, don't mess it up. It's Valentine's Day.
We'll mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
We will.
Oh,
All right? I don't want to
hear.
hear, it's a Hallmark holiday. It's this or that. It might be, but it's Valentine's Day. It's a special day. It always has been. It always will be. Make sure you take care of your significant other. My baby sister that's her birthday. Mine's next week, so Valentine's Day is special.
Yeah,
To me, February is my month, so
yeah. There'll be some justice delivered tomorrow.
there will be some justice for
At
lots
will.
of people. You're gonna get justice.
I probably at
good.
will.
Good for you, man. Good for you. So we're here. Thanks for coming on with us, guys. Again, shout out to Shawnee B. Feel better, my friend. Hopefully we'll get to hang with you this weekend or on Monday. Listen, got some Lions news for you. The Lions never disappoint us. They never disappoint us. I'm going to get into that in just a minute. Dave Burkett from the Free Press will join us as well. You know that's always going to be
Oh yeah.
a fun time. So make sure you stick it out. But just a quick shout out, Olympics. Just a quick update. The hockey. Come on, man. The U.S. men, they did their thing. I told Sean they would rout Latvia. They did. 5-1. They beat them. Brock Nelson from the Avalanche, 2 goals for him. Jordan Binnington with the shutout. They play Denmark tomorrow. And shout out to the Canadian national team. They took care of Czechia 5-0. A shutout. I told Sean they would have no chance, Czechia.
Yeah.
He's like, they got a lot of good people. I'm like, this is U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, it's a collision.
It's a collision course. And that's what it's going to be. Who did well for them? Let's see. Connor McDavid, 3 assists for him. Jordan Binnington with the shutout for Canada. My bad. I said the U.S. Of course, he's the Canadian goaltender. They play again today. They play Switzerland. And the U.S. women play Italy today to host Italians today in the quarterfinals. And, JB, you got the Winter Olympics medal count?
Oh, yeah.
All right. From the score, just a quick update in case no one's following. There you go. U.S. right in the thick of it as always.
Yeah.
But Norway and host Italy having a good time with it right now. So if you're not paying attention to the Olympics, it's the Winter Olympics. I understand. If you don't want to watch curling, listen,
I
guys.
like curling.
Listen.
That shit fire to me.
Listen, I love bowling. I'm a bowler. I like shuffleboard. I like
That's essentially what it is.
whatever.
It's shuffleboard.
Bocce ball.
Yeah.
This is
All
what-
the old people sports.
Yeah,
you like.
this is what curling is. You get the broom out. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I know it's a very popular game.
Yeah.
Is it a game or is it a sport?
Sport, I believe.
I guess you call it a sport. It's in the Olympics.
A game it's not a kid's game. I mean, they take that very seriously.
Would you rather watch that, or would you rather have bowling as an Olympic sport?
I like both.
Come on, man.
Curling's more entertaining because they're like yelling.
Curling.
They got the brooms and shit.
Curling.
Like they're yelling at the fucking thing. Like I like it. I think it's fun.
You want shuffleboard? Go to Florida. Go to Boca Raton. Play with the senior citizens.
Maz, curling might be the only sport that you can actually play at this point in your life. So.
Me?
Yeah, I can see you as a good
I'd be
curler.
falling all over the ice.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? You would just love to see that.
I would. I'd pay good money.
You would just love to see that. Anyway, here we are, guys. We'll get it rolling with the Lions. How about this? There are teams out there that still like Lion coaches.
What?
Yes.
No way.
The Miami Dolphins, led by Jeff Hafling, the former Green Bay defensive coordinator. He's the new coach in Miami. They asked the Lions, hey, we want to interview your top offensive assistant, Bruce Gradkowski, for a quarterback coach.
Oh, the old QB, yeah.
And Dan Campbell said, no, ain't going to happen.
Shut that shit down.
They blocked the Dolphins from interviewing Bruce Gradkowski, who is supposedly an up-and-coming offensive whiz. So who knows? Maybe he'll be a future offensive coordinator, maybe a head coach.
Yeah, once
one of
Drew
these days.
Petzing, wins
Gets
the Super
fired.
Bowl, and then, the 2 years down the line he leaves, I'm with it.
Or he gets fired. Either or.
Yeah. let's hope not. We're going to hope not.
But it shows you that the Lions, they got that thing going still.
No,
The
I mean,
NFL still looks at him as Dan Campbell runs a good ship. He might not be able to hire an offensive coordinator very well, but we'll see how he does on this one.
right. But I mean, that's just that's why I say SOL is like a thing of the past. Like, I really don't believe that SOL exists anymore because organizationally they have completely changed. Like, we are one of the more sought after organizations in all of football. Like, we've become media darlings with the national media. You've seen the type of stuff, how they've revived the city, in a sense, and they got to get back to winning. That's a big part of it. But ultimately, they run a good ship, like you said over there. So I'm not mad at it at all.
No, it is good. And you're right. It isn't my Lions from the 80s.
Yeah,
the 90s.
This ain't the Matt Millen day.
But yeah, because when a coach went to the Lions and he left the Lions, that was the end of his career.
Purgatory, yeah.
Yeah, it was all over. And we sent terrific coaches to the nut house. I'll never forget Bobby Ross leaving here. He left in a straitjacket, that guy.
My era, Steve Mariucci.
Mariucci with those eyes.
Yeah.
By the time they were just gray by the time he was leaving here. It's just a fun thing. Anyway, Drew Petzing, we played yesterday for you. The Lions put out a video to their season ticket holders to introduce Drew Petzing to them. We played it. It was about 4 minutes long. Well, yesterday, the guys, Eric Schlitt, Jeremy Reisman from Pride of Detroit.
Shout out.
Got to talk to him. They had a great time. Great interview, guys. Pride of Detroit on Twitter, if you don't follow them, or on X. So they talked to him. We got the cuts, Jeremy?
Yeah. We got
All right, we'll start with this one. How about they asked Drew Petzing about, he had Kyler Murray in Arizona, a mobile quarterback, a smaller mobile quarterback. Now he's got Jared Goff, a pocket passer. This is Drew Petzing on coaching that type of quarterback.
And, coming into the interview process and watching the tape, I think you start to really appreciate how good he really is and at what level he's been playing at these last couple of years. And I think as a play caller, as a coach, really at any position on offense, when you have a guy that sees the game the way he does, that can operate the way he does, the rhythm and the timing and the vision is really impressive. And then having the physical tools to then put the ball where it needs to be placed, to have touch, but also have some violence in his throwing motion. As you said, yes, he's a pocket passer, but he's made some great plays in the keeper game, on the move. There's just so many things that I think he does at a really high level that, again, it all goes back to what puts stress on a defense. And when a guy can see the field, check in and out of plays, get in and out of the huddle, like those are little things that I think get taken for granted at times that really make a massive difference in how an offense operates and the success of a team. And I think he's done that at such a high level for such a long time. The one thing and again, you said, obviously Kyler wasn't that, but Jacoby is a little bit more of that and started 12 games for us this year. And I coached Jacoby in the quarterback room in Cleveland for 11 games that he started in 22. So I have been around some guys with similar skill sets now, and I love Jacoby. Jared probably a little bit more gifted and played at a little bit higher level. I know he wouldn't want me to say that, and Jared absolutely would, and he's right. But it's true. Like it is absolutely true. And I think there's like at the end of the day, and I've always said this, at the end of the day in this league, at some point you're going to have to win the game from the pocket. Like when you play a great defense, they're not going to miss on the pass rush. And if they are, they're good enough to bring 5 or 6 guys to make sure they don't. And so, and I think that's true of any quarterback in this league. And I think he's done that so consistently. That's where you get, as a coach, you get really excited. And then just talking to him, his love of the game, his willingness to work at it and grind it out and be demanding of his teammates, but also allow me to be demanding of him, I think is really special. So just really excited to get to work with him.
You know,
that's offensive coordinator Drew Petzing, of course, now with the Detroit Lions, left the Arizona Cardinals. Like I said, Dan Campbell is putting together a staff. We told you a couple of minutes ago that he blocked the Dolphins from interviewing Bruce Gradkowski for their quarterback coach. Bruce here is an offensive assistant, a guy that knows a lot about this team. Obviously, he's a good friend of the show and the best in the business, I think, is Dave Burkett of the Free Press. And
absolutely.
Dave, nice enough to join us. I know he's got his son Jack drive him to school. Hopefully Jack is not getting into trouble right now. Again, Dave, I hear things from our friend Dan Katowski. We keep tabs on Jack Burkett. How you doing, Dave?
Hey, I already dropped him off at school, so if he's getting in trouble, it's the teacher's problem right now, not mine. So.
You taught him well, my friend. You taught him well. Hey, Dave, back from the Super Bowl. Great job out there. Tell us a little bit about your experience out there at the Super Bowl again, Dave. What'd you get out of these two teams? How do they compare to where the Lions are right now?
I always tell people this. I cover the Super Bowl a whole lot different than most people I think that go there. And that is I don't spend much time around the Super Bowl teams. I do the media night thing Monday. Pro Bowl was in the same spot this year, so that was great to be around some Lions players. Talk to them about Drew Petzing. And then, really Tuesday through Friday, I'm on Radio Row. So, same sort of approach. Talking to the Lions players I see out there, other NFL people, trying to gather some insight that relates to the Lions. And a lot of the talk this year was about Drew Petzing and kind of what he might mean for the Lions offense and kind of where the Lions go in 2026 after missing the playoffs this year.
What's your take on Drew? I know we didn't really get a chance to talk about it with you, but Dan calling the plays last year just didn't work out. I think he's a better leader as far as that. He had a lot on his plate last year. Of course, the injuries did not help on this team. What do you think about this hire, Dave?
Yeah, look, the reality is, I don't know. Drew Petzing wasn't a name that was high on the radar, and certainly, I knew the name just from him going through head coaching interviews in the past. He had interviewed for the Bears job, if I'm not mistaken, a year ago, but wasn't a name that I had initially connected with the Lions. When talking to a lot of people since the hire, I do think there's, he sort of fits what Dan wants. I talked to Ben Johnson about him the other day, and Ben said he thinks it's going to be a great hire. Like they're going to fit. Like Drew Petzing does what his approach to offense, the way he wants to win, his personality is going to fit like a glove with what the Lions, do under Dan Campbell. So I think that's the most important thing. Obviously, Mike McDaniel was the hot name and the big name, and I know people were a little disappointed the Lions didn't go that direction, but there's a million ways that you can win football games in the NFL, and Drew Petzing is somebody who obviously the Lions had their pick of candidates, and he's somebody who meshed with what Dan wanted and his vision for the offense.
Dave, you put a good column out. Just read it last night. As a matter of fact, you went through the whole what the Lions are looking ahead to. The first thing you popped up is the franchise tag is coming up here in just a few days. Next Tuesday, I think, the 17th. What do you think the franchise tag? Do you think they use it? They usually don't, right?
Yeah, they don't have anyone that's a candidate for the franchise tag this year. You're right, though, Maz. The NFL, the window opens next Tuesday.
Yep.
About a 2-week window there. The combine's the week after, and then sort of leading into free agency. That tag is open for teams to use, and it'll be interesting, I guess, to see who becomes a free agent and who doesn't. Obviously, like Tyler Linderbaum is a big name on the offensive line for Lions fans.
I want him.
Certainly wouldn't expect a center to get franchise tag given the price of offensive linemen. I don't know. Lions are going to need some offensive line help, definitely at center, perhaps at left tackle if Taylor Decker retires. But Linderbaum, they're going to have some competition if they wanted to spend that much. The Giants with Harbaugh, maybe the Ravens want to keep him. The Bills have a pretty decent center that's coming available. Connor McGovern, that's a name that's been linked to the Ravens a little bit too. So I think the Lions aren't the only team that could be in the market for center help. So we'll see how much they want to spend once free agency opens in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I saw a couple of weeks ago that John Harbaugh already has his grubby mitts out, ready to grab him for the New York Giants. Of course, he coached them in Baltimore, and they're going to spend money. They've got money. They got the cap. They got a team they're still building there. You also wrote something about, of course,
on a rookie contract.
Yep, there you go, man. Absolutely. That's how you got to take advantage of it. And Max Crosby's a name out there. I don't think he stays with the Raiders. I think he goes somewhere else. Things happen. Things change. We saw it out with Myles Garrett. He said everything, and he wound up back in Cleveland. Where's Max Crosby going?
Look, if I was putting money on it right now, I'd say he's staying in Vegas for exactly that reason that you just mentioned. It's these guys. It's a lot of money, and teams don't want to get rid of good players. And certainly, if a player wants to go hard line, they can make something happen. But that's what Myles Garrett was saying last year, and then they gave him $40 million, and he was like, "Oh, I'll stay here."
Yeah.
And look, Crosby got a little bit of extra money last year too, and maybe the Raiders have to sweeten the pot again. But Clint Kubiak, this is a new regime, and maybe some time away will do Max good in terms of realizing that, hey, as much as I wanted to play, like locking up that number 1 pick might help us.
Yeah.
Down the road. So
sure did.
Even if he becomes a free agent, Tom, I don't, I would do it. I would be going all
of course.
in if I was the Lions. I wouldn't have a problem spending it, but that hasn't been Brad's MO. So
no.
I wouldn't expect that they would have the money or the trade capital needed to acquire a Max Crosby.
That's the thing for me. Brad Holmes has to change. He can't be the same Brad Holmes. He cannot, Dave. If he goes into this thinking he can just draft his way out of this, I don't see it. And before I send you over to KG here, I know he can't wait to talk about David Montgomery with you. But but if this guy on early March, I forgot the exact date because I'm concussed right now. The dates are running out of my head. But if he does not at least go out there, get me a center, get me someone for the secondary, I'm really gonna be upset as a Lion fan. I truly am.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, last spring, he used the analogy of, hey, we're not splurging on any big vacations because we've got these other priorities, right? We got to put money in the kids' college fund and pay down the mortgage. And I asked him at the time. This was at the owners' meetings. I said, what does that mean for next year too? And he said, well, I don't foresee taking any vacations next year either. And so I don't expect the Lions to be big spenders. Now, look, last year, they weren't big spenders because, again, they had money allocated to Aiden Hutchinson and Kirby Joseph and Jamison Williams that came through. And, they still obviously spent on a cornerback. It was one to replace Carlton Davis, but they spent nonetheless. And I think that'll be the same approach where they will sign an offensive lineman, maybe a center. They spend a decent amount. A center's not going to cost as much as the cornerback did last year. So maybe there's an opportunity to add somewhere else, another, second tier pass rusher or, someone else starting caliber, lineman, especially if Taylor Decker, retires and they have a little more money to spend. But I don't expect them to splurge. I think it'll be a lot of, they'll re-sign Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell and, maybe later on in the summer, once the season starts, try to get something done with Laporta and Brian Branch, and they're gonna run it back again with maybe a couple new additions.
Yeah, good morning, Dave. Good to talk to you again. And I wanted to ask you, because everybody's, free agency coming up, that's obviously the biggest thing that everybody's looking at. A lot of people want some offensive line help. There's a lot of holes on the defense as well. But as far as draft, and I know it's still kind of early, but in your opinion, What do you think the Lions will prioritize in the draft? Will it be that tackle, that maybe replaces Taylor Decker? Is it maybe a defensive player that we're not thinking about? In your opinion, just what do you think they'll prioritize headed towards draft time?
Yeah, well, as well as I do, Brad tries not to put position over player, and I think that'll stay the case. They might be in a sweet spot there, middle of that first round, where there are a couple offensive tackles after that first tier, or pass rushers. You're probably not going to get Reuben Bain or somebody like that. Either of the Ohio State guys, but I think you could probably fill one of those needs. And as I look at the offseason and the way this thing shakes out, I still think there's a chance Taylor comes back. He had told me back in December, like, as much as he was thinking about retiring, ideally he wanted to play one more year. I think if that's the case, you still need to prepare for that. And maybe you do take a big offensive tackle there, somebody that you can develop, that you think can play either left or right, once Taylor retires in a year, if you can convince him to come back for another season. So I could see them building for the future on those lines. They're not going to go into it with just Aiden Hutchinson. They'll re-sign Al-Qadim Muhammad or somebody like that. But if you get a young pass rusher, if you get a young offensive tackle, I think that bodes well for the future.
Yeah, and I wanted...
If Caleb Downs is there, he's not going to be there, but if he was there, that'd be the home run.
Oh, man, that'd be a dream.
Oh, man.
That'd be a dream.
With what's going on in the secondary.
We love spending their money, don't we?
Of course. But I wanted to ask you this as well, because, Mike Kafka was brought in after Drew Petzing. We haven't really been sure what to make of the relationship or the combination. Drew Petzing did speak on it yesterday with the Pride of Detroit guys. Shout out to them. But what do you think the collaborative effort will be between Drew Petzing and Mike Kafka? Is it Petzing's offense and Kafka is just helping out in the passing portion? What do you predict that relationship will look like?
Yeah, it's definitely, Drew Petzing's offense, and that's, my understanding. I've written that before, that, Kafka's going to, be a strong voice in the passing game. We'll probably find out here, today or beginning of next week exactly what his title is, how they'll divvy up the roles with him and, David Shaw, in the passing game. But I think that's where Kafka's strength is, and that's exactly what, he can add to Petzing's offense. When I was at the Super Bowl last week, I talked to Dan Orlovsky, one of the little interviews I did, and he was really high on the hire, but he did say, like, the one thing that he has questions about is maybe some of the creativity in the pass game concepts. So I think that's where having a former quarterback like Kafka on staff comes in. One other thing on that, though, I did, Ben Johnson made this point to me, like, everybody thinks you have to be a former quarterback to run a really creative offense and, have this relationship with the quarterback. I talked to Kirk Cousins down there too, and, I'll write this story next week on, a little Petzing profile, but, Kirk said that when he was with Drew, that, even though Drew was a lower level assistant, he just talked about how much Drew had helped him see some things within coverages and kind of changed opened his eyes to how to beat it. So, I think the quarterbacks that have worked with Drew have spoken pretty highly of him, and so maybe that bodes well for what this pass game looks like with all the weapons they have.
Hey, did Kirk give you any of his Kohl's cash to go over to Kohl's and do a little shopping? I love that guy.
Who was he on Radio Row with? He was on Radio Row with the haircut people when I talked to him.
My God, yeah, that's right. I forgot
to hit him up for a coupon. Yeah,
I know. Hey, we're Lady Janes here. We don't need those guys. Come on now. Hey, listen, David Montgomery is the buzzword here. We all love David. Matter of fact, he was at the Super Bowl. He was talking like, and this is a guy, Drew Petzing is going to put me back and, get me back in that backfield. Sonic and Knuckles return. What's your take on David Montgomery? Will he be a Detroit Lion?
I did not take David's comments to mean that. I know some people were very optimistic coming out of that. I spoke with David briefly down there, not on the record or anything like that.
Right.
But I did see him down there. I still think he probably, the highest likelihood is that he ends up playing somewhere else.
Yeah.
In 2026, he wants to be a full-time player or have a bigger role on offense. Certainly I think he's capable of it. He's worthy of it. But You know, the reality is Java. Wow, I almost call him Java Best.
And he was good too.
Gibbs,
Yeah.
for a minute until he got hurt.
Right.
Jahmyr Gibbs he's one of the best, 3 running backs in the NFL. And if I'm running a team and I have a carry that, I want to get the most out of, I'm probably putting the ball in Jahmyr Gibbs' hands. And that doesn't mean you don't need a good backup. You do, but I think for the money, for David's own happiness, I think the most likely scenario remains that he's playing somewhere else in 2026.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll probably find that out here definitely before the draft, and maybe in the next couple weeks, depending on how aggressive trade talks get for him at the combine.
I don't see getting much for him. Do you?
No.
Yeah.
No, you're looking at a day 3 pick. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's on the books for $6.5 million, and maybe like 1.75 is guaranteed. But if you're the Lions and you're not going to use him, like, why are you paying a backup running back $6.5 million too? So, I think David he's the best backup running back in the NFL. There's no doubt about that, and he would start for a number of teams, and having him, gives you the best running game. Making sure that you have that second option and that you have that backup for Jahmyr Gibbs in case something happens. But that's just not always the way things work in the NFL, and you don't want David being an unhappy camper too. So again, I don't think anything is set in stone, but my best guess would be that he'd still be playing somewhere else.
Who do you see as the new David Montgomery? Do they sign another free agent running back? There's guys like Tyler Algier out there who's also an excellent backup running back. Guys like that, are they going to get paid? Are they going to use Sione Vaki? What's your take, Dave?
Yeah, no, I do think they'd have to sign someone because you need to make sure you have some insurance for Jahmyr Gibbs in case something happens, and you need a change of pace runner, maybe somebody bigger that can pick up those tough yards between the tackles or near the goal line, and Jahmyr's been really good at that too. But I don't know what the price is. I haven't looked at the running back market. If they're trading David Montgomery, I can't imagine they're going to spend what they would have spent had they kept him. So maybe you're looking at something a little bit less than Tyler Algiers. I don't know what he's going to get on the market, but I certainly would expect him to add someone else to that position.
I tell you, we're on YouTube live, and you get the chat coming down, and you know how many times people have written, Maz just doesn't like David Montgomery. That's not it. I just see the writing on the wall. When Dan Campbell's not using the guy, when Dan Campbell goes out and tells everyone last year he's taking it as a real pro. We got Gibbs. He's taking it as a pro. And then Brad Holmes says, David is probably, he might be on another team. I like David Montgomery. I just know he's not going to be here.
Well, I think, look, David did handle it like a pro last year, and you saw how pained Dan was talking about that whole situation during the season when it was, he almost got emotional. It felt like, talking about his inability to
absolutely
sort of get David the work that, he probably, deserves based on his body of work. But I think it's probably best, the Lions are at their best when Jahmyr Gibbs is on the field. And the fact that Brad was so, upfront about acknowledging, like, we want to, make sure we do right by David Montgomery. Well, right for David Montgomery is probably letting him play, somewhere else for another, contending type team.
Hey, before I let you go, Dave, one last thing I got to throw you into the fire. Last week, after watching a couple weeks ago, after watching the NFC Championship game and seeing what Matthew Stafford did, another 400, 500 yards against that Seahawk defense. He did it. They got about 900 yards in 2 games against that Seahawk defense that made New England look like a JV team. I just revisited the trade. And basically, Sean broke it down. The Rams got a Super Bowl for 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick. Basically, that's how they got their Super Bowl. So I asked the question, right now, going into this next season, would you rather be the Lions or would you rather be the Rams?
Well, I think the Rams, if you were probably looking at favorites, I have no idea what Vegas, has.
They're the second favorite. They're second favorite.
Probably be Seattle, then LA, and then maybe Detroit.
Detroit's fourth.
I don't know who. Yeah, that's probably the how I would look at those teams as well. So I guess I would say the Rams have the better shot of winning it. I mean, look, that trade was a win-win in a lot of ways, but the reality is you play the game to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
And the Rams got their Super Bowl, and the Lions are still looking for their Super Bowl. And it doesn't mean that had Matthew stayed here that they would have won a Super Bowl or the Lions would be closer. I think what they did was best for their franchise at the time. And so I still look at that trade as a win-win, but if you could only pick one winner, the Rams got a Super Bowl, and that's what matters most.
Yep, and they're closer to a Super Bowl now, I think. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, look, give them, and this is part of my, and Maz, I know you're on the same, wavelength here, is part of why I say, like, go all in. Like, it doesn't take 10 years to rebuild in the NFL. Like,
No, it doesn't.
We're really
Look
good.
at the Patriots.
And they traded, and they had that down year, and they had a great draft, and they built it up again. Mm-hmm. And I think Brad Holmes is a good enough drafter. Mm-hmm. He's proven to be a good enough drafter that he can do that again. So I wouldn't have any problem, trading my first round pick for Max Crosby, because I know that even though it might put me in a cap bind for a couple years, or I may end up not being able to re-sign whoever, Sam Porter, Brian Branch, someone, I know I trust enough in myself that I could go out there and do it again. So
no doubt, Dave.
That's part of why I'm on the let's go all in sort of bandwagon, and would have always been that way for what the Lions should do.
And that's why we do what we do. You're a writer, a great writer, an author, and I'm here trying to talk sports with the guys. That's it. We're not general managers of teams, I guess, but we know best. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more real for them, right? When their jobs are on the line and the money is real, right? We can talk make believe, but they have budgets they have to stay within, and not just for 1 year, right? They're projecting ahead 2, 3, 4 years, and so it's a lot easier on our side of things to say, hey, I would make this trade or I would do this move, but from where I sit, that's why I would go all in for Max Crosby or whoever.
Thanks, Dave. We really appreciate you coming on. Dave Burkett. Don't forget, guys, if you want to look back at the glory days of the Lions, I know they're coming, but Detroit Lions, an illustrated timeline by Dave Burkett. Get it anywhere you can get books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you can get it. Dave, I appreciate you, man. Thanks,
Dave.
Yeah, thanks,
you got
Dave.
it. No problem, guys. Talk to you.
I'll see you, man. Be good with Jack, man. Take care of that kid.
No problem. We'll see you guys.
All right, I'll see you. Dave Burkett, Detroit Free Press, Lions beat writer. I know we're going to take a break there, Kenny.
All right.
I know. But listen, man, the more I think about it, the more I'm just pissed off as a fan still. I'm sorry. Like he said, there's no reason that you can't go all in, rebuild with the draft, instead of just baby steps. Yeah. Baby steps. And I know he drafted a hell of a team. They have a great core. But then look what happened. Kirby Joseph, done. Basically.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But basically. Sam Laporta, back injury. You don't know how he's coming back. You don't. Brian Branch, Achilles. You don't know how he's coming back. Those are 3 second-round picks, right?
Yep.
Right? Weren't they all second-round picks?
Yep.
That's high draft capital that they invested in this team. And this team, on paper, looks amazing, but they're not all healthy. And things like that happen. That's why I'm just F those picks sometimes. The hell with the salary cap. You can figure it out. There are teams that figure it out. Look at the 49ers over the years. Look at the Eagles. I know teams like the Saints, maybe they're not run as well, and they go into salary cap hell. And they got a long way to come back. But they got a Super Bowl in their pocket. We haven't even been to one. So when you guys get mad at me for bitching about the Rams and all of that, I just look at the 2 teams. I'd rather be a fan of the Rams right now than a fan of the Lions. And I hate the Rams.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
all.
I get it.
You dig?
I mean, always the bridesmaid, never the bride in terms of Detroit and going to get big names and pushing, teams along. It's always been just, I don't know what's up in the city. I don't know what's in the water. But I mean, you give Brad credit for what he's been able to do to this point, but I understand a lot of fans' frustration at this point because you're at a crossroads. And maybe if you had done things differently a year or two ago, maybe this team would have been in a better position. But now you sit here now and things are how they are. You got to fix it, man. We expect better. We have expectations for this team, and hopefully they can get it done. But it's going to be a tall task, bro.
I hope so. Super Bowl 61 coming up, guys. Hey, it's always football season here on Woodward Sports. That's just the way we are. JB, what kind of super chats we got, and where you want to go from there, my friend?
Oh, yeah, I got you. We got to hear from Mad Packs and then Buddies. But first, we clear up these super chats. Shout out to everyone sending them in. We got $4.99 from LeBartney. He says, shout out to the weekend, the morning crew, most entertaining chat, WSN, and Bourbon Fridays. Hope everyone in the mitten is enjoying the heat wave.
Shout out LeBardi, man.
It ain't heat today, I can tell you that.
Oh, not at all.
I went out to my car today, and it's iced up. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is enough. It was 40 degrees 2 days ago, 45 degrees.
Which ice was it?
It was regular. It was the frosty stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay, it was the frosty stuff.
Sure, they ain't the people that got Sean?
Yeah,
sure?
no, ICE has got
right
Sean.
now?
Sean has been deported.
Back to Canada you go.
He's gone. Back to France.
Shout out to Dante151 sitting in $9.99. He says, I don't know if I was the only one, but does anyone thought that the lyrics in Secret Asian Man by Johnny Rivers, he was saying Secret Asian Man?
Yeah, I definitely thought he was.
Secret Agent Man.
Definitely thought he was saying that.
LeBartney, that's one of my favorite songs. I always tune that one up. These guys don't even know what that song is.
No, I do know what that song is.
know it.
But
You
the
know
fact that you like it as an actual song and not for a TV show is crazy. Like,
I love that song. You don't listen to 60s on 6.
No, I don't. But I know the song.
72.
But my dad was born in 45. Don't fuck around. I know a lot of shit you might not know I know. So.
See? Your dad's all right.
Yeah.
He's living through the good times.
Oh, okay.
Too bad he wasn't born in the 20s.
I know, right? When America was really great.
Yeah, he would have been already checked out, too. What else?
Relax, y'all. It's jokes. It's jokes.
Shout out to LeBartney once again, sitting in $4.99. He said 10 minutes late is early, so everybody chill. Plus, it's Friday.
Hey, Matt's playing through injury, so y'all cutting some slack. Man.
We all are.
Hanson's in here, man. My reliever is in here, man.
Right.
Mario Rivera is set to come in the game.
He broke his vertebrae, y'all. Like, what do y'all want from the man?
Spinal.
I say basketball for Hanson, too. I know he's excited.
Oh, speaking of basketball, $2 from I Ain't Say That. He says, Maz, you catch LeBron's triple-double?
I did.
Oldest ever.
It's his first one in like a year and a half. Who gives a damn?
Hey, you sent that hater video to me yesterday.
Listen.
That was great.
He hit a three-pointer, didn't he? Like this.
Leave LeBron alone.
Go away.
Is he the 200th best player of all time?
He's in my top 150.
Okay, got
geez.
it. And he's number 150.
God. I cannot wait till he disappears.
You say that.
Here's the worst part about it. And Anson will talk about this. They're talking about bringing 2 more NBA teams in. As soon as maybe another year, it'll be Seattle, the Sonics will be back, and Vegas. And from years ago, I said, this son of a bitch, LeBron, will be one of the owners of that Vegas team. He'll play for them and own them. And his sons will all be with him. Mark my words right now. Mark my words. He will own or a piece of that Vegas team, and he will finish his career with that team.
Yeah. I can see it. The Lakers tired of his ass. So.
Yeah. Lakers and him, that's a divorce
yeah.
waiting to happen. By the way, when those teams go to the West, a team from the West will come to the East. They're talking about Memphis, Minnesota, or New Orleans. One of those 3 teams will come to the East.
I forgot Memphis is in the West, too. Yeah, either Memphis or Minnesota would be good.
Shout out to LeBartney once again, sending in $4.99.
Shout out.
He said, hell yeah, we got Captain Maz on the mic this Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th. That's right. Thanks for that shout out. Hanson taking over for me in a few minutes, guys.
Yep.
And finally, one more from LeBartney. He said, sitting in $4.99, he said, Dave's call in reminds me of that R. Kelly classic Hiding in the Closet, because it sounds like he's been whispering the whole time.
Oh, my God. He's trapped in that closet.
He was in his car, guys. Give him a break.
Yeah.
We were happy to have him, man. I'll take him any way we can get him.
And audio didn't mess up. That's what I care about.
No, I thought
I know it's a little
good.
low, but y'all got volume buttons. Y'all be all right.
Sounded good. Let
All
me translate what he said. He'd rather be the Rams than the Lions. That's what. That's.
I know you suckered him into the question.
Yeah. Well, that's the truth. I don't know what you
it.
guys and Sean talking about.
So let's hear from Mad Packs and then Buddies.
Let me tell the good people about Mad Packs because they got some hot things for your rotation to get you ready for the spring. Because I'm over this winter shit, but spring is on the horizon. And listen, they got the pre-rolls, the live resin infused tarantulas, the boom shakalakas. I was trying to think of the name. The high-low pre-rolls. Sorry, it's the morning time. The high-low pre-rolls, the boom shakalaka live resin infused tarantulas. They got the blizzard packs and now the Mad Packs extracts ready to go, man. And listen, you can get all this by going to getmadpacks.com or stay tuned to Woodward Sports for all of the latest Mad Pack marijuana updates.
Hey guys, you're going to be hungry after that, so head on over to Buddy's Pizza, celebrating 80 years of the original Detroit-style pizza. It's grateful to be your hometown favorite. Follow their social channels to join their rewards program. See what they have planned through the great year of 2026. Pair your favorite Buddy's Pizza with the salad and Buddy bread when you order one of their new signature specials. Get any 4-square pizza, individual salad and Buddy bread, $29.99. Or an 8-square pizza, that's more for me. Medium salad and Buddy bread for $39.99. That's a steal. Visit your local Buddies. Ask about their new signature specials today. It's only Buddies here in Detroit.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is your #1 source for all things Detroit sports. Start your day with the Sean Baligian Morning Show from 8 to 10 a.m. Rolling into Big D Energy with Neil Rule, Jerry Foster, and Red Wing great Darren McCarty. Then make sure you're watching the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep from 2 to 4 p.m. Michigan great Braylon Edwards and the elite Matt Shepard break down all the biggest sports stories. End your day with the Woodward Heavyweights. Join Spencer and EZ nightly from 5 to 7 p.m. Every day, all the sports, all Detroit, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's #1 sports network.
When you have everything you need to get stronger, just around the corner, you can give everything you've got.
Just 30 more seconds.
With over 2,800 locations, there's always a Planet Fitness near you. Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See what you got.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Hey guys, today is the day. Get to Planet Fitness because this special deal ends today. All new members receive their first month free, but the deal ends today, Friday, February the 13th. In 2026, Planet Fitness is inviting everyone, whether experienced, routine gym goers, or beginners, just starting their fitness journeys. Over 2,800 clubs nationwide, 50 in Metro Detroit, 20 out in West Michigan, 7 in Toledo. Planet Fitness, we're all strong on this planet. And of course, we come to you live every day from the Planet Fitness studio. Welcome back, Woodward Sports.
Iron Maz!
Hey.
Iron Maz!
My man, Mariano Rivera in the house, alias Anson
We couldn't
Wells.
get rid of him, guys.
How are you, brother?
He's a gamer. He doesn't pitch out. Maz is here to
bro.
stay. We tried to kick him out, but he's the Iron Maz. He wasn't going anywhere.
I'm going to hang in there as long as I can with you guys.
Good stuff,
I'll take
buddy.
the abuse on the chat. Keep it coming, guys. Kenny G in the house. JB, of course. We got our new interns here, Joey and Aaron. Aaron, by the way, Easy's cousin. So you know
true.
he's trouble right from the get-go.
No doubt.
What are your views on Jared Goff? No.
Hey, listen, just a couple of minutes ago, JB sends this to me. The NFL is changing things up again, guys. By the way, thanks to Dave Burkett. Great job.
Oh,
Dave,
yeah.
as
Awesome
always.
interview. Shout out, Dave.
You guys want to check out his column in the Free Press. He breaks down what he feels the Lions will be doing in 2026. We gave you a little bit of a taste here on Woodward Sports, but you could read more in depth at the Free Press. Make sure you check that out. But the NFL, what do they usually do? The Super Bowl champion opens the regular season. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Not this time.
The what?
The 49ers and the Rams are going to be opening the 2026 season in Australia either on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night to open the 2026 NFL season. The Niners and the Rams, not the Seahawks, who are the champs, but the Niners and the Rams, two West teams. Hey, those are 3 playoff teams, man.
Two great teams.
Two great teams.
And I see the play because, one, you want to get the international game off. You want to start the season with a bang. You do it in Australia. Because the Seahawks can't raise their banner that night, they'll probably just stay in the States. But I do see them probably being the Sunday night or Monday night game. But that is because they can't raise the banner. So it makes sense.
Well, we'll see. But the NFL has always got something for us, don't they?
No, yeah, for sure.
They always got something for us.
Game in Australia sounds fun.
Okay, so I watched the Australian Open, tennis. I'm a tennis fan. Is it 24 hours difference? What's the time difference between Australia and here?
Probably about 12.
No idea.
No, is it 12? If I'm watching the Australian Open at midnight, it's like the daytime there, here. So maybe it is 12 or 14 hours.
It is
difference.
1 a.m. there right now.
I can't do the math. I'm sorry.
16 hours.
That would be
How many?
it says
16.
JB looked it up. 16.
16 hours. So if we're watching the game here at 8 at night.
It says it's 1 a.m. right now.
Okay, so if we're watching the game at 8
Or maybe
p.m.,
I'm wrong here.
what time will it be there? Isn't that the middle of the morning? How is the NFL pulling this
Yeah,
off?
it's 8 hours ahead. It's not a big deal.
8 hours?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're watching at 8 o'clock at night here. It's the middle of the night.
Oh, no,
over
wait
there.
a second. No, wait a second.
Yes,
it's
thank
the
you.
other way. So
Yes,
9, my man's right, 16 hours. JB in the booth.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
behind.
So they're running. So it's a 10 in the morning game in Australia?
They're well ahead of us. That's probably why it ends up on Wednesday night, because it's actually Thursday
for
game
them.
being played.
Oh,
We watch it
yeah,
on
yeah.
Wednesday. Then they have the travel back. I mean, those guys won't be getting back until like Sunday or Monday.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Wow. I still haven't figured the exact time out that this game will be played in Australia. I think it's going to be played anywhere from 10 a.m. to noon.
Maz, have you seen the women on that island? It's a big island.
Oh, the Australian women are unbelievable.
My good God.
Just a
my
little tip for you
Snoop.
guys out there and on the chat. Check out the Coffee Sisters. Coffee
Look at this guy.
They're the surfers.
That Mazdar is unchallenged,
trying to
bro.
tell you.
They are
roll
surfers in Australia. I've been following them for years. They're my dream girls. That's all I got to say.
JB, you got something for the break, dude?
Yep.
You covered for us.
There you go. Welcome back, Woodward
Lord.
Sports. We're trying to bring you back. here.
Oh, JB,
He
in.
found
You know
him
what
quick.
JB in
Get
on
him
it.
up there for us,
You know
JB. Let's
JB
go.
in. This
JB.
is ready to go.
Amy, am I wrong?
You are not
Incoming.
wrong.
They're worth moving.
Jesus.
They're worth moving to Australia for in a second.
Would you take them or the USC
There's
girls?
4 of them.
Mass?
There's 4
Them or
of
the
them.
USC girls?
Them.
Them.
Hell, I would take him. Shit.
Honest to God.
Well, I'm sure JB will have them up there for us.
They're
so
killers.
Check and
They're
weigh
4
in.
killer surfers. I love surfing. It's for sports only that I'm following them.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
For sports only. Anyway,
I believe you.
we
You
heard
are
Dave
over-rotating.
Burkett. Thank you to Dave Burkett. We'll keep it Lion-centric here for a little bit before we get into
I
basketball.
mean, like you
and
hating
baseball.
David Montgomery?
I don't hate him. God. I
Why
wish
do you really think that guy's gone? I mean, is it the tweet?
No, listen,
Is it
hold on.
because Dan said, "Oh, he's being a company guy"?
Yeah.
Like he's not going anywhere. There's nothing you can get
Okay.
back in return for him that's going to
We know
outweigh
that.
what he brings you this year.
No, we know that. How much do you want to bet that he's not a Lion? Name it.
You coming in early for me next week?
Oh. Oh.
What do you mean?
Challenge has been thrown.
I'm here
High
before
stakes.
you.
I'm here early today. 2 days in a row.
Next week, I'm after Tuesday. I'm skipping off to Florida for a few days.
I know.
You know what Anson asked me?
Oh, one ball
Hey,
Baligian will be
Maz,
back by then.
Maz, when you're in Florida, we need you to V-mix in on a show.
What?
That's what he wants me to do. When I'm on my vacation,
Oh,
he wants me to V-mix in.
You want to talk
on
about the
show.
agreement we have on that, or you want to leave that off the air? Oh, yeah, conveniently leave that off the air there, Maz.
I will join you guys one morning from Florida.
What he got on you,
And
Maz?
he won't
What dirt he
discuss
got
the
on you?
agreement.
Under a palm tree. Nonetheless.
We all want to see that, though. LaBartney, he might be over in Dubai in the
Yes.
warmth, but he wants to see you in the warmth. He wants to see you with a big, warm, happy smile on your face.
Here's the thing, guys.
Maybe a thong.
Speedo. I go to Florida, right? And all of a sudden it becomes. When I'm in Florida next week, it's going to be 50 degrees here.
You can still thong that. You're from Michigan. You
No,
got
no.
thick blood.
I'm saying to you, when I leave here, I'm leaving the cold. No, it's going to be 50 degrees next week
Which
here
is
when I leave to go to Florida.
Well, what will it be down there?
Who cares? I'm just saying.
Are you bringing your Speedo?
I am not.
Oh, that's weak.
I am not. I never had a Speedo.
Weak sauce.
Never want one.
I can send you down there with one.
The coffee girls wear Speedos.
Well, they don't call them that.
They wear
They
less than
don't.
Speedos, apparently.
They wear less than Speedos. There they are. There's the
Right.
coffee sisters.
All right.
You were talking about the girls at roast.
They're pro surfers.
Right.
They are pro surfers, guys.
Wow.
Pro surfers.
Yeah,
That's
check
the
out their
only
Instagram.
reason.
All
I
right, now
follow
rank
them.
them. Rank them, as left to right.
Okay. Well, first of all, I can't see good, so I'm going to wait till it pops up.
White
on my
is
screen.
number one.
Hold on.
White
I'm
dress
going to
is
tell you their
number one.
names and their ages.
Oh, of course he passed.
Okay, here we go.
And their ages.
The second one in the white bathing suit is the youngest.
That's KG's.
That's
He does like them.
Oh, no. The first girl in the
Wait,
black.
whoa. Hey, wait.
No.
You watch yourself, sir.
The first
Say,
girl
Drake.
in the black is the youngest. That's Bonnie Lou.
Okay.
The next one in the white, that's Ruby.
Hey, Ruby.
The next one was the girl that got it all started, and I'm trying to think of her name. She's the oldest of the coffee girls, and then there's her other sister, who is the sluttiest of all the sisters.
Well, yeah.
In the blue.
She has the biggest headlights.
Yes. Well,
Oh,
no, not
no,
really.
the girl on the left
No,
is like
number one is Bonnie Lou in the black, as far as
Oh,
well
okay.
endowed.
They just
Bonnie
suppressed.
Lowe.
Bonnie Lou.
She got a
Yeah.
Bonnie
suppressor.
Lowe.
Got it.
So anyway, that's enough of the coffee sisters, girls, boys. I gave you something that you
Look at
want.
Maz discombobulated. Look
I,
at that.
Look at him.
flustered.
Flustered up there. Look at
He's
that.
more than
Water.
flustered
Get
right
some
now.
of that water. You need some chapstick?
Okay. I'm okay.
Stop over rotating, man.
I'm okay. All right, get my girls off the screen, JB.
You don't want another picture?
No. You can. You got more.
JB don't follow all the social accounts.
Sure, if you
Every
got
single one
another
of
one.
them.
Hey. That's the only coffee I like are the coffee girls, the coffee sisters.
I love y'all.
Plenty of cream there.
Oh, my God.
Got something for him.
Hey, you know what? We should probably take a break, shouldn't we?
Yeah, probably. Let's get back on track.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. Oh, my
Jesus
God.
Lord.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
All right.
Bonnie Lowe indeed.
What do I tell you?
All right, so this picture is different.
Yeah.
All right,
Bro.
we might have to reshuffle.
Bro.
We got to reshuffle the deck
Picture's
a little bit.
different.
I can't explain to you. I cannot. JB,
middle right. Holy
JB, that's
shit.
hitting below the belt, man.
Middle right. Middle right look like she got both hands. So
That's
yeah,
Bonnie Lou.
Hey,
that's the youngest one. The tallest one is the youngest one.
Maz, JB wanted to reward you for sticking the show out. All right, he probably is going to have more of these for you.
God bless America. God bless Australia.
God bless
Australia.
Okay, what do you? There's some super chats, JB. Read some super chats.
Get us
I
out of here.
feel bad for their dad, man. I'm
Get
not
me
going to
outta
lie.
here.
I'm trying to find them. I don't know where they went.
Joey and Aaron are going to take over the show, our new interns. When we come
Put him
back.
on the desk.
Might as well. Shit, at this point.
We can wait on the super chats. What do you want me to read?
Let's see what we got.
How about BlackRock from
Hey, I got a big black rock.
Oh my God. All
BlackRock?
right. All right.
All right, you
Go ahead,
looking
answer.
for some dinner plans? You want to bring the sizzle to? Head to Black Rock Bar and
Are
Grill.
you dying?
Home of the steak
Why
on
is
the
this so
stone.
glowy around you?
Yeah,
What's that? Why is it so what?
Are you disappearing? Are you fading into existence?
Oh, that's the light.
Oh, okay.
And you can get the light at Black Rock. I don't know where, but they got some awesome meat, and you can rock your Valentine's Day with the hottest steak house around.
Awesome
the only thing
meat.
hotter than your date, well, hopefully, is the steak on the stone. Bring your loved one in for the night to remember this Valentine's Day. Call now.
That's
to
tomorrow.
reserve your priority seating. Yeah, heads up, gentlemen. That's tomorrow.
Valentine's
If this is your
Day.
first, if you're just realizing that now, you got about 24 hours. Don't forget to mention Woodward Sports, and you're going to get 20% off your total food bill just for our listeners. It's not just a meal, it is an experience. Get on over to Black Rock Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports is your number one source for all things Detroit sports. Start your day with the Sean Baligian Morning Show from 8 to 10 a.m. Rolling into Big D Energy with Neil Rule, Terry Foster, and Red Wing great Darren McCarty. Then make sure you're watching the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep from 2 to 4 p.m. Michigan great Braylon Edwards and the elite Matt Shepard break down all the biggest sports stories. End your day with the Woodward Heavyweights. Join Spencer and EZ nightly from 5 to 7 p.m. Every day, all the sports, all Detroit, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Detroit's #1 sports network. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, corporations, the government, your insurance company, they'll do whatever it takes to minimize their liability and withhold your compensation. So when something goes wrong, make Ven Johnson your first call.
Justice.
And get a fighter in your corner. That's right. Justice. Contact Ven today at venfights.com. You see our mic flags? Justice. Ven. Welcome back, Woodward Sports, on Friday the 13th.
With Iron Maz.
I'm in here for Shawnee B, who's recovering from ice.
One ball Baligian.
Hopefully he's going to feel a lot better. KG in the booth with us. Anson coming in as like Mariano Rivera. He came in there to save me. And, of course, JB
Can
here
I go with
every day
Danielle
with us.
Palencia?
What's that?
The closer for the, for the Cubs? Love that kid.
You got to go with Mariano Rivera, the greatest of all time.
I don't like
that
the
to you.
Yankees.
Come on, man.
All right.
He's
I'll
beyond the
take him
Yankees.
for you.
He's beyond the Yankees. You know that.
Are we still talking about your hate for David Montgomery, or have we moved on?
No, we could still. I don't have hate for David Montgomery. There's Sean, by the way. Did you see that picture that JB just put up? Look at that.
Oh, man.
Leave Sean alone.
With the earphone in.
Leave him alone.
Did that come in from our AI guy?
Yes, it did.
Good
That's
work, bro.
hilarious.
Is it Steve that does that? Who does that?
I forget. I know Steve does it. John Lord does it.
I think it's John F. and Lord. Yeah.
John F. and Lord's the
John F. and Lord. Nice job. Look at Sean with the one ear.
Hey, John F. and Lord won some stuff some weeks ago. We got to figure out what that was.
All right, guys. So go ahead. Talk to me about David Montgomery. And what bet do you want to put in that he's not here? It's not that I don't like him. I just know he's not going to be here.
You know it, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, and what are they going to do? Trade him for a 6th-round pick?
They might just release him.
I think that when Drew Petzing came in here, he looked at the staff, he looked at the roster, and he looked at the assets that he could take and utilize in what he's been great at, and that's the running game. Obviously, tight ends as well. He's very good at that. But I think that seeing those two backs on this roster was one of the things that was very attractive to him coming in. And I think the fact that we mismanaged these running backs last year is one of the reasons why we went and got Drew Petzing. So at this point right now, sure, you want to go and get a K9 as your 1-2 punch with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Can't afford him, man.
Of course.
Can't afford him.
Of course. And I'm telling you, your guy from Atlanta that you keep bringing
Tyler
up.
Algier.
Yep. On my dynasty team, love him.
Yeah.
1,000-yard rusher his rookie season. Big money as well. All right?
Probably.
And the fact is Monty's not going to go and be the number one anywhere. He knows that. He's going to be part of a committee anywhere he goes. So why not stay here?
That's not true. He might be able to go to a Jacksonville or
Who's
a
he
team
going to
like
run?
that.
Who's he going to take the ball over in Jacksonville? There's what team is going to hire Monty to be the number one unquestioned? I don't see it happening.
I don't know.
And I think that he probably doesn't know, but he's put feelers out there, and I don't think that there's really anybody out there.
How about the Giants?
So he gets to Giants have a 1-2 punch.
Well, look at Scatterbout, but is Scatterbout going to come back?
Scatterbout and Tracy are both.
Tracy's come on.
No,
he's well below.
Yeah,
what did he do his rookie year?
He's
The same
well-
thing that Algier did.
I know, and I'm not
okay.
saying, I didn't say Algier's better than Montgomery.
So,
But he's a receiving
But
back.
Monty isn't going to go anywhere and get a tremendous boon in carries and touches. He gets to stay in a place where he's a leader and a team that is in a Super Bowl window, as you SOL fans like to say. The fact is, this guy's not going anywhere. It doesn't behoove the team to get rid of that contract. It doesn't behoove them to trade him for a 6th-round pick, something that's not going to bring back more value than having him on the sidelines and on the field for you. He wanted to stay. I think everything that we've seen out of that clubhouse and from him since he changed his tweet or took off the like off of that one tweet, we've seen him be a company guy. And I think that they went out and got Petzing to appease him, to say, hey, Thunder and Lightning, Sonic and Knuckles, they're coming back next year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more so why I believe Monty will stay, just based on who you hired and the way he wants to run offense. You're going to need multiple backs for that.
Not a chance.
You're going to need multiple.
Not a chance.
Okay, well, you're buying me and him some buddies or,
Okay.
or some BlackRock.
Want to bet buddies? I'll bet you BlackRock.
Yeah, I got some.
Okay.
Bet you BlackRock. I'll bet the two of you
He's in
BlackRock.
trouble, KG.
All right, cool.
Okay?
Sounds good.
The two of you, BlackRock
What's-
or Art and Jake's, your choice.
So what's the deadline after free agency? Like, what?
He's not going to be on this team.
Week 1.
He's not going to be on this team, but even before
If
training.
he takes
See, I don't want my BlackRock in September though. I need like a definitive date, big dog.
All right, when do they usually make moves? Is it March?
Well, listen, the moment that he gets cut, waived, traded, we buy you, we take you out.
Done.
The
Vice
moment he has a
versa.
carry,
Oh, God,
you
yeah.
take him and I out,
Oh.
and he may have to wait until August.
It doesn't even have to be a carry. If he's on the staff in the summer.
Oh,
when
so
they're
by
working-
training camp, if he's
at training camp, I'll buy you steaks.
okay.
Can we get that?
It's on wax.
Can we get that dinger, please?
Oh, of course, it's on wax.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
That was free food right there for us.
That's fine.
You hear it?
Hey, before you got here, the closer got here, we were talking about Drew Petzing. Because yesterday he sat down with Eric Schlitt and Jeremy Reisman from Pride of Detroit. Those guys did a great job. Good
shout
interview.
out.
We played the cut earlier on the difference between a guy that he had in Arizona in Kyler Murray and to come here to take more of a pocket passer or a statue, as I call him, in Jared Goff. So now
Man should have a statue, KG.
the next item up for grabs is they asked him how he got the gig, why he was chosen. Here's Drew Petzing, the offensive coordinator of the Lions.
I wasn't in all the other interviews, although if I was, I would be able to really nail that question. But it's a number of things. I think it's the confidence that I go about the job with. It's my background in a lot of different rooms. You know, I was a receiver coach, I was a tight end coach, I was a quarterback coach, and one of the key points of being an offensive coordinator is you got to be in charge of everything, and you have to hold people accountable. And I think it helps having a diverse background on the offensive side of the ball to be able to do that, because I've had to coach the details of how to block, wide zone on the front side with a tight end, or how to release first press as a receiver, or where the quarterback's eyes and where his feet should be in the quarterback room. And I think that was probably one of those things that I like to think showed throughout the interview. And then the other part of calling plays for 3 years, you start to figure out why you're doing things, how to highlight talent that you do or don't have. And I think that's something that hopefully people were able to see throughout my 3 years there in Arizona. And I'm hoping I'm getting better every single game, and every year I'm doing it.
The guy's got confidence.
Yeah, I like him.
Let me say something. This
Presence.
guy, he's got a presence about him.
No
He
doubt.
does.
He does.
That's that guy, the type of human that people sleep on.
Yeah.
And they underestimate him until you get into a conversation with him, until you sit down with the guy and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
This guy's got something.
Is it because he's bald? Let's just. Be
Oh, it
real.
is.
It's because
we talked about it yesterday, man. You give that guy a full head of hair at the hiring,
You take
and
away
nobody's
more
mad.
serious.
I'm telling you,
Or if he's wearing a hat.
one or the other, man.
He don't care. He's like, I'm out there, man.
Yeah.
He's Larry David. Larry David don't give a
That's
damn.
right. That other guy's last name is Schlitt.
Yes.
Come on.
Eric Schlitt and Jeremy Reisman, they're having a good time with this guy.
Yeah.
This guy makes you feel he's a very open coach. You don't see coaches like that.
No, I like him.
Yeah.
You don't.
The last few days of interviews, he's got a full head of hair in my eyes.
Right. No, the more you listen to him, and if you listen to the whole interview with Pride of Detroit, he's growing on me. I must say, I got a lot more confidence now than I had at the time of the hire.
Same, brother.
So,
Hey,
no.
the great Mike Kafka, who was this quarterback in Northwestern, like Sean says, just like last year. Wasn't he the quarterback in Northwestern last year?
I swear.
So he comes in, he's his offensive guru, and he winds up as interim head coach of the New York Football Giants. So last year, if you remember, it was the game before Thanksgiving. Giants at Ford Field dominated the whole game with the, you know who it is, the man, the myth, Jameis Winston. Mike Kafka said, Jameis, you're going to take us to the promised land.
He sure did.
So the Giants, ready to put the game away, they're on the Lions' 2-yard line, a 4-yard line, because they had a sack. And they're like, we're going to go for it. Instead of kicking a field goal to go up 8, they go to go up 6. They were up 3. A field goal puts them up 6, and there was like a minute and a half left to go in the game. Kafka says we're going for it. Of course, the Lions stop them. Who gets the sack? It's Hutch. Giants give the ball up. They walk off the field. Lions come in. They score. They get almost a 60-yard field goal by Jake Bates.
Third leg Bates.
Yep. And the first play from scrimmage and overtime when the Lions got the ball, Gibbs for 60. Touchdown, game over. So what happens? Mike Kafka does not get the Giants head coaching job. That goes to John Harbaugh. But Dan Campbell talked to him on his way off the field. He's like, hey, if you don't get this Giants job, I'd like to have you on my staff. So he is a top offensive assistant. Isn't that his
high-ranking
offensive
I'm hearing
assistant?
he might already get hired elsewhere.
No, that changed.
Yeah,
Seattle's hiring
okay.
someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's staying here. Mike Kafka's staying here. So they asked, Eric and Jeremy asked Drew Petzing, what's your relationship with Mike Kafka?
Absolutely. I mean, we're in here right now with Mike and the rest of the offensive staff kind of putting it all together, making sure things fit, figuring out the language and how we want to do things. And, you know, I think throughout the interview process, you know, there's some different guys and moving pieces and how the staff's going to get put together. You know, I'm not going to get into all those conversations, but always going to be very comfortable. And at the end of the day, like, the thing I love about Dan is he's a great communicator. He keeps you in the loop on things that are going on, and everything he's doing is to make this team better and make us, you know, put us in a better position to win. I actually was with Mike. So Mike was a quarterback, I believe, on our practice squad in 2014 or 2015 when I was in Minnesota. So I knew him a little bit. I wasn't in the quarterback room. But, you know, obviously was around him, got to know him a little bit. And then we've kind of stayed in touch loosely throughout the years. And so anytime to me you can add somebody, and again, from a different system with maybe a little bit of a different perspective, who can bring new ideas, who is a good communicator, a good teacher, and a great person, I think you're never going to go wrong when you can do those type of things.
This guy knows how to spin stuff. Nothing in that interview told me that he's excited to have a guy almost looking over his shoulder. Now, I'm not making something out of this. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It might not be that. It's
we
just
don't know
collaborative effort.
Right. We don't know what Kafka's going to be doing. We don't. But this guy is the OC. Anson, if you are Drew Petzing and KG, I bring KG in, KG will be Kafka, are you a little bit pissed?
No, because I know Dan only brought him in to back him up when he goes for it on fourth. So it's the only reason he's there.
That's the only reason he's there?
Because he went for it as a Giants coach? Is that what you're trying to get to?
Listen, you know Stick, that's what he's thinking, because Stick wants somebody to push Dan off and start kicking the ball. Dan just wanted somebody to reaffirm his choices. No, listen, Kafka's a nice addition, man. It feels a little bit like another chef in the kitchen.
It does.
We didn't have enough chefs in the kitchen last year, though.
No,
so as long as one of those guys is calling plays and not Dan.
But if they're not blocking, and if they're not blockers, I don't think it don't matter who's coaching.
Listen,
no, absolutely.
You look at that Petzing right there.
Yeah.
All right. That guy's not letting people get ahead of him.
No.
All right. That guy's got presence.
He does.
He's got will, and he knows that this is his offense. It's just a special extra coach to go for on fourth.
It's kind of like playing keep away, Kenny. Maybe they just kept him away from other teams.
I think it's a little more than that. I think Dan Campbell realized, like, he can't take over play calling again this year. Otherwise, it's an utter disaster, and the Lions will go backwards. It's not like he's the worst play caller in the world, but it's just too much on his plate. He doesn't need to be dealing with that. But if you can have a guy that one specializes in the run, and that's what the Lions need to get back to, we all agree with that. Power football, run in the trenches. You expect them to get back there with the way Petzing designed some of his offenses and the 13 technique, which he broke down in this interview as well. But you have a guy in Mike Kafka who's a former quarterback. He seems to be very, very good in terms of coming up with pass concepts and schemes. I think that it's legitimately a collaborative effort. Like Dave Burkett said, they're going to run Petzing's offense. Like, this is Petzing all the way, and he's going to be calling the plays.
That's what Brad Holmes told us.
But to have another guy in the room that you can bounce ideas off of, you heard him there. They have a relationship. It's not like he's just a foreign guy coming in, and you're just going to be doing some stuff that I'm not cool with. I think he's on board with it, and I think it can work, man. I really do.
I hope it can. Too many chefs in the kitchen, that usually doesn't work. But as long as this guy has no jealousy, no one not looking over his shoulder, and I don't think he does. Like Anson said,
roles have to be defined,
right?
And as long as they are, they should be fine. I mean, we understand who Dan Campbell is as a leader. I'm starting to see plenty of that in Drew Petzing. So they're not going to let Kafka come in here and think that he can pull reins from somebody. They're going to make their hierarchy known, and I think that this is going to work out. I mean, obviously, I love the cornbread. I'm still the SOL guy, but I think everybody's sleeping on this team. Everybody's so worried about this team. Like, Brad has to start doing things differently. Why? This guy turned an absolute perennial loser into a perennial powerhouse. I think that we're going to see a lot more of the same, and maybe one or two big signings at the during the offseason. Now, maybe that trade for somebody like Max Crosby comes aligned. But listen, you get some health and consistency paired with that schedule we're about to be gifted, and we're going to be on top of the division again. Just comes down to executing the playoffs.
Now, Mark Brunell has been the quarterbacks coach here for a few years.
Yeah.
Quite some.
Is he still here? Is he still a QB
I believe
coach?
so.
I think so. We don't talk about him much.
We don't. We don't talk about him. So is Kafka coming in as a pseudo quarterback coach? Or is Mark Brunell out?
I think more passing game coordinator. Like Dave Burkett said, maybe him and David Shaw, they kind of collaborate on that. But I think it's more so just for passing game schemes and situations that he's going to be helping Drew Petzing with in terms of designing the offense.
Right. And people in the chat are talking about, hey, it worked with Chris Spielman. You know, there's not too many chefs in the kitchen up there.
To me, 2 minds are better than one.
Yeah, I guess that, it's right. When the Yankees and the Red Sox are looking for trade deadline players.
And it sounds like
they will steal from, they will sign a player just so the other team don't sign him, is what I'm trying to bring up.
No, I get your point.
Yeah.
I think this was just a little bit more than that, though.
Okay.
But I do get that. Maybe it's a little bit of that, but I think it's more so this guy can really come in and help get the most out of Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hopefully Laporta comes back, J-Mo. You want to get some of these guys involved. Tesla, we all want to see Tesla get more touches. So it's interesting to see how it'll look going forward, but I have confidence that if they put their minds together, this offense can get back to what they are. But you can't do shit unless you have the personnel.
Right.
So
what were you saying, Anson?
I was just picking up on Mark Brunell at saying that he's never really expressed any interest in being an offensive coordinator, that he truly loves quarterback development.
Okay, good.
So
Hopefully
that's one of those chefs that doesn't cause a problem.
Hopefully he gets to stay.
Yeah.
Big fan of Mark Brunell. I was.
2021 his first year with us, so this is his
quarterback.
6th year as a Detroit Lion.
Love that lefty.
Yeah, he just played for the Jags, that's all.
Yeah, well, he got to the AFC Championship.
No, he did, but
early Jags were good.
They were.
Right, they were.
They were.
They were great. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got some Pistons talk. The Pacers and the Jazz got in a little bit of trouble. I'll tell you why, because there's a lot of dumping going on in the NBA.
Pacers owned the Peasants earlier this week, didn't they, Matt?
They did. And then they supposedly threw a game. So we'll talk about that. And the Tigers, spring training. You're going to hear from Justin Verlander and a whole lot more. JB, where you want to go from here?
Let's see. What have we not done? Let's do Art and Jake's, but first let me clear up these super chats. Shout out to everyone sending them in. $4.99 from Francis J. Fox. He said, who would win in a gangland fight? The Jackson 5, the DeFranco family, or the Osmonds, and why? And seasick Asian man. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Francis Fox, you're too much, man. It's the Jackson 5. They would beat the Osmonds up, but there's a lot of Osmonds. The DeFranco family has no chance. So it'll be the Jacksons over the Osmonds, but it'll be a tough fight.
The Jacksons are coordinated, I'll say that.
Teen Beat, man. The Tiger Beat magazine. They were a battle in the 70s. Who got the cover of Tiger Beat magazine? Thanks for that, Francis.
Oh, my God. We got Big CP13 sending in $1.99. He said the duo made him come here. Perfect two-back set.
I think so.
Gibbs and Monty.
I think so.
Hell yeah. I think so, too.
Okay.
And finally, one from Silas sending in $2. They did the same with Spielman, and it worked.
Yeah.
So
brought that up a couple of seconds ago. Thanks for that, guys.
Hey, KG, does Maz have to buy 2 steaks?
Yeah.
And we each have to buy him one? Is that how it works?
And I get dessert.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's the extra.
Fair enough.
You guys just get the steak. I get the steak and the dessert.
I'm getting a tomahawk, too. I'm getting some crazy shit.
Lord.
Kenny,
I'm
you
getting
got
some
surf and
you're
turf.
gonna just save your money.
Just save
All
it.
right, you're buying.
All right, let's hear from Art and Jake's.
Hey, listen, if you guys have joined us through the last 4 or 5 months while we've done these amazing shows over at Art and Jake's, you already know the place to be. They've got 80-plus TVs, 22-plus draft beers. The menu is absolutely amazing, and we are bringing you round 2 of the Michigan State Watch Party Sunday, March 8th at the Art and Jake's in Northville. Rivalry will be on every screen in there, and then 2 days later, the doubleheader keeps going. Tuesday, March 10th, the legend, our very own Darren McCarty brings his slapstick comedy show to Art and Jake's Northville. Again, that's at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. So Sunday, Tuesday, the doubleheader. Art and Jake's is your location. Northville, make sure you're there.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. And prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
One. Hey guys, shout out to our friends at Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, proudly serving Metro Detroit for over 40 years, reliable service and treating customers like family. With winter in full swings, now is the perfect time to schedule regular maintenance to keep your heating system running perfectly. And if your system ever breaks down unexpectedly, Sharon's got you covered. Fast, dependable emergency service when you need it the most. Go check out their website, sharonsheating.com, or give them a call, 734-238-3805. Tell them the gang at Woodward Sports sent you. Welcome back. Woodward Sports here on Friday the 13th. Don't forget tomorrow, guys, Valentine's Day. Do not forget your significant other.
You know how many guys we helped this morning?
We try. I've been helping them all week.
I bet.
I've been helping them all week. I never miss on Valentine's Day. I still send my mom stuff for Valentine's Day.
Well,
she's my original Valentine.
You are in a home surrounded by women.
Yep.
If you forgot Valentine's Day, man, woo.
That's my baby sister's birthday, and I remember when she was born, it was back in 1973. You know what happened in 73 also? The New York Knicks won the world championship.
Peasants.
Do you know?
The last time they tasted meat, man.
Listen, just a quick little story. My baby sister came home on my birthday, the 18th, from the hospital. So I got to meet her, and I wanted to stay all day with her. But you know what? I had to go.
The Knicks game.
We had a Cub Scout bus drive to Madison Square Garden that day to see The Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, solid.
I'm like, I don't want to go, Mom. I don't want to go. You got to go, Tommy. We paid for this. You'll have fun. So I remember going to see the Harlem Globetrotters when my sister came home from the hospital.
Who was your favorite on the team in 73?
My favorite player of all time is Walt Frazier.
No. On the Harlem Globetrotters.
I love Meadowlark and Curly Neal.
Meadowlark hitting those half quarters at that time?
Meadowlark, they were great, man.
Yeah.
They were. Do you know Wilt Chamberlain was an original Harlem Globetrotter?
What do you think?
I know you know that. That's why
his numbers would be that much crazy if he had that extra year and a half in the NBA.
Yeah, he was something. Yeah. That's why I put him over LeBron any day
well,
of the week.
And if they track, so listen to this, Maz. They basically, mostly through the second half of his career, they were able to go back through televised games and put together what they believe his average was for blocks. In those games, in the second half of his career,
what do you think? 15?
8.8 per game in the second half of his career.
Amazing.
After they changed the goaltending rules, after they changed the lane rules, if you allowed them, if they were keeping track of stats, both steals and blocks, the triple-double leaderboard would be unattainable.
Yes, facts. That's why when you guys talk about greatest players and you always put LeBron in there, I'm sorry. He's at the bottom of the 10.
He's not at the bottom of the 10.
He is.
He's not.
He is. I'm not going to argue with you.
He's at the bottom of the 5.
JB?
Yeah, that part.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. Take care of your lady. Happy Valentine's Day. All right, JB's
Shout out, JB.
putting out. KG's in
Don't tell her you was looking at them coffee sisters now.
Oh, don't worry.
Watch yourself.
Did you see
Hopefully
our
she
chat,
wasn't
by the way?
watching.
You said what?
Did you see our Woodward, our morning guys chat?
No.
Take a look at your phone.
Oh God.
And go to the
I'm
Woodward.
I'm scared.
Woodward chat. Aaron's in the booth now. Easy's.
Yeah, we
little
got our
cousin.
intern army. If
Yes.
you guys haven't noticed for the last few weeks, we've
There
got
he
some,
is. There's little Easy.
Yep.
Yo.
This is Easy's blood in the booth right now. Aaron has been he's filled in a bunch of times with the heavies. This is his first time with some of the day crews, so he's been great so far. And welcome on the morning show,
different
buddy.
than the heavys, aren't we?
Oh man,
We're way different than the heavies.
Well,
I love the
Tell
heavies.
us the difference between the morning and the heavies, Aaron.
I'm a little bit more tired.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
No, you got everyone's awesome here, man. It's good working with all you guys, but I just like picking you guys' brain and talking sports and seeing what kind of different knowledge everyone has. So it's great working with all you guys.
Did the heavyweights put the coffee sisters up for everyone to look at?
They didn't do that, but
Okay.
they be getting freaky on the heavy.
They do. I know they do.
Yes, they do.
There's the
I
coffee
know. Hey.
sisters again. JB left us with some parting
man.
photos.
Are
so.
we allowed to put the one on the left?
Dog, JB works fast,
Get rid
dog.
of that.
JB works.
Get rid of that.
You know what the best part is?
Oh, I stumbled into this one too.
The best part is he left them for you to put up, so he didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, I know, right?
Get them off.
JB is a sly devil.
Maz needs to focus. KG, come on now.
Hey, Pistons, I said it yesterday. Congrats, Detroit Pistons. 40-13. Best team in the NBA.
Maz,
Best record in the NBA by a half a game over the Thunder.
Maz,
And look at those numbers, bro.
this is so substantial what they're doing right now that I got a call yesterday from my best friend from college. Shout out DPO out in Frisco, as you morning guys call
That's
it.
right. They hate that.
But we've been sport rivals in college, rivals after the fact, fantasy rivals for the past 20 years, and he is a staunch Bulls fan. Michael Jordan Truther grew up in Holland, Michigan, got a chance to his first basketball game his dad took him to was at a Jordan thing, and he hates the Pistons. And last night he hit me up and he's like, man, I'm really happy for you. I'm like, why? And he's like, your Pistons team, they're real and they're fun to watch.
God, yes.
And to hear that from DPO,
Yeah.
I mean, that just never happened ever. And this team, I like, you got to look at these suspensions. We got a fair shake, maybe even a week, like a week slap on the wrist.
He can't do that again, though.
No, of course.
Stu can't do that again.
Yeah,
course.
we know that.
But
man.
what I'm talking about is the league. The league needs the Pistons right now.
Absolutely.
They really do. And when you look at the way OKC is crafted versus the way the Knicks are crafted one is all trades and all future draft picks given up for this power 3, power 5. It's not going to last. I keep telling all the peasants in New York, you guys have a rebuild this summer coming. Don't sleep. All right? But when you look at OKC.
We've been rebuilding since 73.
I know. This is like number 28.
Yeah.
You look at the Pistons, you look at OKC, they're built the right way. They're built through their drafts, through small trades, not big blockbusters. And I really believe that is the future of the NBA. The day of the super teams is coming to a close, and I think OKC put the first stamp on it. And I think now you see OKC and the Pistons in the finals, you see where the NBA and Silver wants to go.
I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right, because the Pistons really haven't gotten fair shakes over the years. No.
Yeah. 04 they did.
They've always been looked at as the black hat.
What'd you think of that whistle in 04?
Oh, I think it was terrible.
No, the whistle in 04 that we were given in the finals, we were allowed to play physical. That was the only, like, if they wanted the Lakers to win, they could have been slowing that game down, blowing the whistle left and right. They let both teams play, which suited the Pistons. The whistle that the Pistons got last year, even in the playoffs, versus what they've been allowed to do this year, are two completely different stories. Yeah. And that tells me that the NBA likes the way that we play.
I like it. I mean, it's a fun. I mean, the NBA was boring. It really has become boring. I mean, to root for a team like Oklahoma City. Come on, man. Oklahoma City. Now you got a team.
Oklahoma City's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I understand that. But it's just not a team that you want to hang your hat on.
Why? Would you rather have your 3 purchased big 3? Is that what you get excited about? Going and pairing up LeBron with this guy?
No, Mavs is against that.
What do you want? Why is OKC boring to you?
I just mean it's not a sexy city. It's not a sexy team.
Who cares about the jerseys, logos, and city? The team itself is 15 deep.
You're not following me.
I'm not.
No one in the nation gives a shit about Oklahoma City. No one's going to tune in. Oh, Oklahoma City's playing today. They're going to tune in for the Knicks, the Celtics, the Lakers, and now the Pistons. The Bulls,
OKC,
back in the day. That's what I'm talking about.
OKC's there now.
They are.
They are there now.
Okay.
I mean, they had to win, and they are a smaller market, and they are the Thunder. But now they got the MVP, and they got a big 3 that they drafted.
I know that.
You know, I hear where you were trying to take that.
The way.
I hear where you were trying to take that.
Yeah.
I just think that they have ascended to the point where, like, my dad's been asking me about them, talking about OKC. He's like, are they really that good? They're there now.
Yeah.
I get it.
And they done had run. They had KD and Russ for crying out loud. Like,
I know that. They were the Sonics at one point.
Yeah.
I know. I followed them.
Mans loves the Sonics.
I did.
I do too.
They're going to be back. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
The Sonics and the Warriors back in the day, they had some wars. I mean, it was bad basketball supposedly in the 70s and 80s. I loved it myself. I really did. And I think this brand of basketball was like that brand of basketball. It's coming back. And it's the Pistons. The Pistons are in vogue now.
Was that Jack Sikma and Dennis Johnson?
You got it, man. That was fun. Lenny Wilkins, the coach.
Yeah.
It was
player coach.
Good stuff.
Not for the championship though.
Good stuff. So the Pistons 40-13 at the break, best in the league. All-Star game this weekend in LA at the Intuit Dome. Did you see the banner that Kool-Aid took a picture of the Intuit Dome? There's a banner, NBA All-Star Weekend. They got a star from the West. I think it was SGA.
Yeah, and Cade on the other one.
And a star from the East.
Hell yeah, baby.
Cade is on that poster.
Yeah.
I wish we could find that.
Yeah.
Maybe you could find that, KG.
I'll try.
Kool-Aid put it out. It was in our Woodward chat as well. 2 players on the banner. Cade is one of them. Yeah. That with Detroit across his chest.
I mean, realistically.
That's cool. That's cool.
In my opinion, he's a top 3 player right now. When you look at the marketability of Joker, it's not there. The guy doesn't. He'd rather go race horses.
Right.
SGA, if you do a deep dive into this guy, he's a fantastic interview. He's a fantastic leader. He's a very cool guy that stops and takes time to sign as many autographs as possible. On the other side of that, though, Cade, man, those light eyes, that voice, that calmness, guy's never flopping. He absolutely could be if he wants. He's one of 5 players in the NBA that can truly slow down and dictate every defense he faces based on the way that he runs his offense.
This guy had a little bit more help.
We've never relax. Bro.
Yeah, I know.
We've never had this type of a player ever. Okay, we had a year and a half of Grant Hill where he was going there.
Yeah,
we had Barry, and you can kind of put Megatron in there, but this is right now, you can't debate this guy's a top 5 player.
No doubt.
You can debate he's an MVP. Oh, and he's young as hell. But the way that he conducts himself in these interviews, the way that guys like Russ and KD seek him out after games and talk to him like this for 3, 4, 5 minutes, you don't see that from guys under 28, 30.
He's getting his own shoe from Nike.
He is.
We've never had a star like this in Detroit, ever.
Fantastic.
Let that set in, Detroit.
Honestly, I love this team.
I was going to say that too.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Because people look at SGA in the same fashion, and Cade was drafted way above SGA. So he got hurt his first year, so people kind of often forgot that this was a superstar that we had drafted. So it was kind of bittersweet to me when this was all happening because I already knew it. I've been a fan of Cade. I knew he was a superstar the day we drafted him, but people kind of threw him under the rug for that first year when he got injured. So now that it's kind of re-blossoming again, it's so great to see.
They tried to write him off for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt.
100%.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Listen, man, when we had that number 1 pick, first overall, supposedly it was a down class, right?
That's what they told us.
That's what they told us.
They also told us we should take Jalen Green instead of Cade.
A couple years ago, though,
he still carries that on his shoulders.
No, I love that. And
I do too.
you look at this Raptor game, they talk about Scotty Barnes winning Rookie of the Year. Look at the difference between these guys. It's not even fucking close.
Oh, yeah, that killed me.
Scotty Barnes is still a hell of a
Yeah.
player. And 2 years ago, you guys know I'm into cards.
Of course.
The cards from that rookie class, you couldn't give them away.
Right.
Now it's one of the hottest ones out there.
Wow.
I mean, you go all the way down. Desmond Bain went 30. That whole draft class of that year is tremendous. Absolutely.
Listen,
Seriously.
man, we all know the Pistons were the absolute garbage team a few years ago when Victor Wembanyama was the number 1 pick. And we all know how that draft was fixed. It was absolutely absolutely fixed.
Just like the one after.
Can you imagine if the Pistons actually got to pick the way they should have been picked? Back-to-back 14-win seasons? They don't get the number 1 pick. They get a 7th pick?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Victor Wembanyama was a part of this team like he should be?
I got to be honest with you. I love me some Asar.
I know.
That's
Come on, man.
I've never been the main character guy. I love Cade. He's
But
as
you
cool
love
as it gets.
Victor.
I do. And I got 130 of his rookie
you
cards. And I know how good we'd be. But we all talk about having Halliburton, right? If we had Halliburton, we wouldn't have Cade. And now we have Asar. If we had Victor, we wouldn't have Ron Holland.
You're still on Asar, huh?
I love Asar. He's so untouchable. And if you think otherwise, you don't understand ball. He is having a generational, there's that word again, where's Neil? Generational defensive year analytically. I mean, some of the best numbers as a perimeter defender in 5 different categories over the last 20 years.
Wow.
But the way that he rebounds the ball, the way he flashes the basket, I know that he made some bonehead plays last year, but this kid's still a kid.
He's a kid.
The fact that he
They're all
can handle
kids.
the ball, I mean, listen, Scottie Pippen was a 22% three-point shooter his first 7 years of his life, of his career. Right? Next 7 years of his career, he was a 36% three-point shooter. I don't think he's going to develop into that, but there's so many things that this kid brings to this team. Everybody in the league would love themselves a Thompson twin, and he's not going anywhere. That's for damn sure.
And Beef Stew, talk about defense. You heard J.B. Bickerstaff say this is the best defensive player in the NBA.
Yeah, and now
that's saying something.
And now he got cheated.
Yeah,
out of
he ain't
getting,
gonna be able to get to his award. He won't make the 60 games
because he had games under 18 or 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's okay.
I'm sorry, you get in a game and you don't play a lot of minutes, that hurts your numbers. If anything, it still should count as a game played.
Amen.
I hate that. Like, I get the 65, maybe it should be around 60, but now you're talking about 60. It's more than a quarter of your season that you're missing. So I get that, but penalizing a guy because your coach decided you get to play 17 minutes instead of 20 is silly.
Yeah, agreed. Hey, All-Star Weekend this weekend. See if you enjoy it. There used to be a tune-in for me. It's a tune-out. I mean,
you saw what KD said.
The three-point contest is meaningless to me.
You saw what
The
KD
dunk,
did.
I didn't see it. Dunk contest, meaningless. What did he say?
We can write off Saturday, Mass.
What did he say?
We're all on the same page.
What did KD say?
He challenged the Euros. And he put it out there. And I'll tell you what, KD, love him or hate him, the guy is probably is most in love with basketball out of any player in the NBA.
That's a fact.
He loves it. And he loves what it means to the Americans. And the fact that he sees this format for the first time finally, which we've all been calling for, either black versus white or America versus the world.
But the American team is split up into 2 teams.
Well, sure. And one day the Euros will get 2 teams as well. The fact of the matter is, if the Euros come out this Sunday and win that game, it hurts. Hurts me. I know it hurts KD.
They won't win it.
We'll see, but I'll tell you this. I believe that both of those American teams, the kids and the vets, they're going to be playing their ass off not to lose to those Euros.
Okay. Maybe I will tune in.
I just for that, I will be for sure.
And I think, was it TNT or is it NBC this year?
Bro, you know those
I'll
better.
figure it out.
Hey, mine. You know what mine is?
Yeah.
Stream East.
That's right. TNT.
Damn right.
Let's go for
TNT.
free,
Pirate
baby.
gang in this
Yeah.
bitch.
TNT's done. I forgot.
Pirate
TNT's
gang.
out
That's
of it.
right. It's a great age of pirates, isn't it?
Hey, quick break. Last break of the day. We'll come right back. Quick Tigers, and then we'll send you off to Valentine's Day, Friday the 13th. Don't walk under any ladders. KG, where we going?
Can you tell the people about Sam Adams?
I can. We got any super chats?
No. Actually, we did have one. Let me go
It's all
dig
right.
it
I'll
up.
do this first.
No, you all good. You all good.
want me to
We
wait
had
for
a
you?
super chat from I Ain't Say That. Shout out, $5 super chat. This New York aura is so overrated. New York sports teams are so trash.
Amen.
My God, nobody cares about
They
the
do.
poopy New York Knicks.
I know
Peasants!
Listen. I know you guys don't like New York. I get it all, but they're
They
still
soft.
must see. They're still must see.
SAWFT.
People tune in for the Rangers. People tune in for the Yankees and Mets. People tune in
Because
for the
9
Knicks.
million
tune
people
in for
live
the
there.
Giants. Yes, I understand that.
The Knicks are still
Listen,
the
bro,
favorite on Kalshi to win.
I know, bro.
because there's more
Okay.
D-Gen gamblers in New
Okay.
York than anywhere else.
Don't get angry. I'm just telling you.
I'm not. I'm just
Okay.
loud.
You guys can be haters if you want, but
It's not hating.
until you go to Madison Square Garden and watch a game.
Oh
please,
yeah.
just
Okay.
keep
The building
comments
is the
to yourself.
Mecca. The
Yeah.
franchise is run by
Yeah,
peasants.
they're horrible. They're horrible. I told you. I was 11 years old when they won. Look at me now.
Call them peasants.
Look at me now.
Call them peasants.
I'm not calling them peasants. Sam Adams, guys. When the rivalry tips off, you need a beer that can go 4 quarters.
That is facts.
That beer is Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. It's my wife's favorite beer. Woodward Sports will be back at Art and Jake's round 2 of Michigan State Hoops Watch Party, and the Cherry Wheat is riding shotgun the whole damn thing. Get $5 shorts of Sam Adams Cherry Wheat at any Art and Jake's location across Michigan on Monday, Thursdays, and tomorrow. That's Saturdays. That's Valentine's Day. I reminded you again. Light, refreshing, brewed with real Michigan cherries. Smooth enough to sip up all game, win or lose. It's Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. Please drink responsibly.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine.
Man's hitting his stride with that third win, though.
Kenny.
Hold on. We muted, Aaron. All right.
No mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
One.
Hey, guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, simple things. Like gimmies on the golf course. We like uncomplicated. Like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, sign in. Before you know it, you're handsome and clean, just like Anson. Lady Jane's open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked, awesome, just like the Tigers.
Oh, do you want me to go
Hey,
straight to the
fellas.
Tigers?
Yeah. Here, guys, this is a little spring training. This is like a vitamin B12 shot I'm giving you guys. Just for a couple seconds, let's take you down to Lakeland. Check out the Tigers. over it. Hey, guys, isn't this beautiful?
Yeah.
Look
Is
at
that Matt
sound.
Veerley? Look at Glaber.
Look at this, man. Listen, guys, if you've never been to spring training, I promise you, you will not regret it.
I need to go. I've never been.
Honestly, it's amazing. Honestly, you get out there in the sun, you come from this crap, and you go there, and you're watching baseball. It doesn't mean anything. You see them warming up. You see them working on their stuff. Sometimes a pitcher will go in and just throw fastball, even though they're lighting them up. He's just working on his game. Look at the sights and sounds.
My cousin goes down there, and he absolutely loves it. I love this Asian ambiance in the background.
Right. Even though it's Florida.
Yeah.
Hey, Joker March's Stadium is a great stadium. It's very comfortable. You can go there. You could sit out on the grass. They call it the berm. The birds are flying in. I'm trying to think of the name of that particular bird that goes on top of the light tower, but they are known to come to this place, Lakeland.
Pelicans?
No, it's not pelicans. It's another name of a bird. The guys in the chat will come up with it, but it's baseball time now. It's outstanding. I want to play this sound from Justin Verlander yesterday. On him, listen, guys, this is like a boy again. This is it. He's ending his career where it started. He is so happy to be back in Detroit. Here's Justin Verlander.
I mean, look, it was definitely in the back of my mind. I grew up in front of the fans in Detroit. I grew up in Detroit. I mean, I was a 21-year-old when I got here in Lakeland for the first time, and just so much history here.
Mute it, right? Yep.
Last year was, when we got kind of knocked out of the playoff run, and towards the end, I was sitting there thinking about where I wanted to be, and Detroit just kept coming to my mind. As soon as the season was over, I called Scott, called Chris, called AJ, and let my intentions be known.
Oh,
this terrible city.
How cool is that?
This hellhole that everyone says is so bad. He wants to come back. He can't get Detroit out of his mind.
You hear that? As soon as the Giants were eliminated from the playoffs, he's already thinking about next year. I ain't retiring. I'm pitching great.
I'm coming back to the D.
Do you realize how bad he would have been great in the playoffs?
Oh, man.
Can you imagine JV in last year's playoff against the Mariners?
And he was playing his best ball the last month or two of the season last year. He
Yes.
struggled in the first half. I mean, this is a guy that can easily come out and pitch 160 innings and put up another 3.5 ERA season. That innings eater in the middle of your lineup that you didn't have even at 2 or 3 last year. Now you got Framber and this guy at 2 and 3. You get to really have fun with that 4 and 5 spot. But he makes your pitching room so good.
MLB right now put up yesterday's. They put up the Tigers hitters 1 through 9, and they put the pitchers up. They have Skubal, Valdez,
3,
Verlander,
3 all day.
Jack Flaherty, and
Melton?
Mize.
Okay.
Mize right
There
now.
it is.
There it is. Look at that. They got him as a 3. That's phenomenal. To me, that's absolutely phenomenal. Because I was thinking, wow, Jack Flaherty is going to be a great 3. They got Verlander as a 3.
Well, I mean, last year we were looking at is Mize or Flaherty or Melton the 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look how far we've come.
Yeah. That eliminates the need for pitching chaos.
Scott Harris, great job.
Yep.
Great job. One last cut before you go out to Valentine's Day, guys. It's Tarek Skubal. Listen to this guy, how excited he is to pitch with JV.
If you'd have told me 10 years ago that I'm going to be locked
Can't hear it.
Justin Verlander and we're going to be in the same rotation, I called you crazy. So
I can't wait to be with
it's pretty
JV.
cool.
I'm going to help him with his
right now.
changeover.
It's pretty special,
He's a real veteran.
He's great. He's going to be great for our team. He's going to be great for me. There's going to be a lot of stuff from a pitching process standpoint. I mean, he's experienced kind of everything there is in this game. When you look at his career, I could talk probably 30 more minutes about.
All right, we'll just come back.
Going to have on me personally, but
Hey, listen,
we couldn't hear that.
You think that he's going to help JV with that changeup, get back to where it once was?
What Skubal said is, first of all, he used the expletive, I can't effing believe that I'm going to be pitching with Verlander. And he said, this guy, I'm so excited just to sit next to him and learn and see what he's doing. And he can help me. Can you imagine Tarek Skubal getting better? Justin Verlander admitted this. I wasn't a great teammate when I was first here.
Oh.
He said I was into my own game. Now, it's as I get older, and I've learned I'm a better guy. I'm a better person. I'm a better teammate. JV, I said it when he got brought in here. I'm like, boy, this guy is going to be a great teacher. And then I thought back, he wasn't like that in the past. And then he speaks and says exactly what I thought he would say. I'm older. I'm wiser. I'm nicer. I'm a better teammate. And this guy is one of the greatest pitchers in the history of baseball.
Damn right.
Maybe not the wins, 300 wins. Maybe he didn't get to that. Probably not going to get to that. But he is an outstanding pitcher, first ballot Hall of Famer. Could be unanimous.
5 Cy Young Awards.
Yes.
On our pitching staff.
Amazing. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you sticking with me. I'm concussed.
Iron Man.
Sorry about technical difficulties.
My meds started kicking in at about 8:40, 8:40. Dave Burkett helped me get through it, the fog. I want to thank everyone here. Sean, we want you to get better, feel better, my friend.
Right.
We'll talk to you over the weekend.
Get out of that camp, man. It's all right.
Hopefully,
we got pickup. We got evac for you.
We pray that we're going to see you on Monday. If not, hey, we'll carry on without you until you get here. Thanks to my man Anson for coming in. Appreciate you, bro.
Of course, brother. I got
KG,
you.
I
thank you
appreciate
as always.
Come on now.
My right-hand guy.
Yes.
JB, God bless you. Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron and Joey as well.
Thanks for coming in, guys. I'm Maz, as you guys know. Coming up next,
Thanks for having me.
Big D Energy. Isn't T. Foss in today?
Oh, yeah.
The
Bourbon Friday.
boy?
Birthday boy,
The
man.
birthday boy's
On
in.
Bourbon Friday, it's going to be a doozy.
It's going to be wild.
It's going to be fun. Neil will be here. I think he's already drinking. Good for them. After them, of course, you got Bray and Matt Shepard. And then, of course, the heavies. Aaron might be back to hang with his cousin. Easy for the heavies. I'm Maz, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. God bless.
Don't slip.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.